Okay, so welcome to the stream. If you're new or if you're not new, and welcome back to the another day of modeling this girl. Today I'm gonna just change the main boolean setup as I did. So I'm gonna replace the main plug test with proper plug. That means I'm gonna use sphere instead of what's the name again? Instead of cylinder. And then I guess I'm gonna work on the coat and the backpack, maybe, and the armor at the front, I'm not sure. The weapon's gonna be the last thing I'm gonna do, but I think I'm gonna remove this color for now. Not back. And remove everything like that. And I'm gonna use a UV sphere with more subdivision than what I need, just to be sure that I have enough definition on it, on the key, to be sure like it's slide perfectly right. And I just need a dummy sphere. Let's grid fill everything, go to the top view, remove the grid fill. Now I just adjust the offset like that. And then I'm gonna just take this key and make it the same size as this one, so duplicate, isolate those two. And then just gonna scale it in edit mode to roughly the same size as the other one. Okay. And now I'm gonna just snap into place. Copy rotation. So I'm gonna use, where's my align stuff? Okay. I think my align doesn't work with rotation anymore, or what? Need to look if the plugin with the change. Maybe it's like the add-on doesn't work anymore. I'm not sure. But that is a bit annoying. That's not what I want. Anyway, I'm gonna just manually copy all those right now, and I'm gonna need to look at it later on. For example, the snap in the new version of Blender got changed, and that's why I had so many problems before. But I'm not sure why they changed the snap. See, because it has more definition, it go out because of the face. So it's around the shape. I'm gonna go into local and replace mostly my sphere to more or less the edge as I want. I guess I'm gonna delete that for now. I'm gonna let it like that, and then maybe I'm gonna make sure like armors, gores, to make the wrist thicker, because this is quite small right now. If I take a 1mm cube, which I don't see anywhere, where is my... Where did it go? Did I delete it? I think maybe I deleted it the other day, so I'm just gonna import a new one. The new snap tool is super annoying to use. Not sure what they did with that, but now because I begin my setup in 4.2, I can change back to 4.1 because of some new nodes. So it's a bit annoying, to be fair, but it says the wrist is only 1mm thickness right now, or 1.2, and so it's too small to support anything right now. And the sphere is 2mm wide. If I duplicate it, oh, it's not 2mm, it's 1.8, which is thick enough to support anything. But the wrist is too small right now, so it's need in the planning to be cut at the size. So here I'm gonna just duplicate the sphere and then put it into the ground of world origin and do the same. I want to duplicate the sphere. Annoying boolean hen. And then I'm gonna instance this one, so Alt D, and put it to the center of the world. And then I can edit this one and have the same modification on the other one. Right? So that means I can just work into the world origin, which is way easier like that than trying to model in at that angle. See, because this is a special rotation. I'm gonna take my 1mm cube into the scene too, so I know the gap that I want. And my goal here is to my goal is to have a thickness, not a thickness, a wall, a distance between those two that is big enough to leave room for print deviation or glue and stuff like that, right? And this is the smallest gap possible, which is 0.004mm. But most of the time I don't use that because I know it can work for like cube into cube, but it doesn't work for like more organic shape, right? So I'm gonna use 0.1mm here, should be fine. Should be good enough. And then instead of using the top faces, I'm gonna delete all of those faces and I'm gonna select these edges and extrude it. So right now I'm not sure how much I need as a thickness, but I think a wall of 1mm should be better. I can afford a bit less, so it doesn't look as big for the key. But keep in mind that this means it can break even if like those two parts are glued together at the end, and it's gonna be way stronger. It still needs thickness to like afford to be printable and solid enough to like hold the key in place, the key part of the hand. So when you push the hands to the key, it's not gonna break. That's more or less it. So maybe gonna extrude a bit more here. And I can keep it like that for now as a test. And then gonna be just extrude back down. Change to increment to grid. I don't like the new snapping tool at all. Okay, and now I can close it with a grid fill here. Right, change the offset again. Okay, so the shading is weird. That means if I show face orientation, it's inverted. So I'm gonna change and recalculate outside my normals, right? And now I have like a proper shading. On this key, I'm gonna add also a chamfer, not a subdivision, but a bevel modifier. And I just need a small one, but just to be safe on those edges. So if I look back here, wait, where did my mesh goes? Did I not do it? That did it win the worst? Okay, I duplicated the wrong one in themes. Anyway, I'm gonna redo it and realign the other ones then. So Alt D for instance. And back then it was like put the rotation into it too, but I think I need to look at my Blender later on to see what's happening with that. Yeah, it doesn't even align on those two. What the? It just centers now? It was origin before. That sucks. I need to look later on at what happened with this. Because I don't want to type all those manually each time, and I'm wasting time right now for that. So I want this object to be parented to this object, so Ctrl P object, and then I can move both with just one. So I can adjust my position here. So I can see it's super big right now, and my idea on the other one was to cut in half the key. So I guess in this shape, let's do a cut in half. But I want to keep the sphere. Not gonna be perfect. Let's try to make it as perfect as possible. And as it's just redoing this one with a bit of thickness for now, I can change it later. But I want a clean topology for now. Maybe we should delete all those faces and do a clean topology also with a grid fill at the end. Also deactivate the bevel inside the edit, because it's kinda annoying. Okay, let's delete all those faces. So I need to close those now. Now, and am I allowed to do a grid fill here, or should I do a manual? Yeah, grid fill gonna suck on that shape, so I need to connect those two. And because it was 32, I think 8 should be fine here. Okay, so 8 is not fine because I removed 2, so let's try 9. Okay, perfect. And now I should be able to do the same here. Yeah, perfect. And my bevel is fine too, and let's look at how the key is working right now here. The element I want to snap to the lower part here. Right, and if I look at now the key, and let's imagine, let's make sure it's not an instance. I need to change the origin of rotation here, so I'm gonna use transform origin more or less to the center of the key of rotation. Now I can test it, right, to see if it works or not. So should give like enough range of motion, even if it's just like if I extrude everything. So you're gonna be blocked here, right? If I do that. And maybe that's a bit extreme, but maybe it would be better to have like a proper space for it. So what can I do for that? I think I'm gonna just select all those points. Take this point as a base, because I'm into additive element and I should be able to scale closer and wider. And now I need to go to bounding box center for that. parts that give me a more range of movement. Not sure if I like that though. I mean, all of those should be smaller anyway. But if I do that, yeah, it's a good range of motion. Prime look a bit too much though for like. It's too wide. Now if I take my 1mm cube just to test, and I need to go to face. Okay, so this thickness doesn't matter, it's the side thickness that does matter. Yeah, it's close to like a larger gap, but this gap is used for like big models. Just to make sure, I should scale it down a bit more just in case for rotation. Okay, I think that's good. So now I need to do the boolean for the hand. And here I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna do just a small, because it doesn't just need to cut the hand here. Gonna duplicate that one. Go into an instance, and hopefully you can just delete all those faces, all those points. If I push the geometry inside a bit, just I'm sure it's cut, like a small part of the end gonna still be in the sphere anyway, every time. And I need to make it that this one is also parented. So now, okay, I didn't select it. Okay, everything moved, perfect, and then it's making a cylinder. Selecting the outer edge here, and just extrude. I don't want my cut to be too big. It doesn't need to be, so if I now try my boolean here. Well, I put the wrong one. I need to put this element that I don't see. This one. And just select this part. Did I select the wrong one again? I mean, cap locks too, doesn't help. Okay, so now we should be fine now. I mean... Okay, my boolean doesn't work. Why though? What the? Should be big enough, so let's scale that part. Yeah, that's why sometimes in Boolean and Blender it kinda sucks. Like, why does it not cut? Oh, okay, it extrude without the face. So sometimes it does that, even if you... even if I extrude the faces, sometimes it can bug like that with multiple faces. I'm just gonna deactivate Boolean for that. Make sure it's okay. It's when you select in that view, sometimes it bugs. Just gonna grid fill then. Hey Victor, I'm redoing the keys. And I got some minor problem with it. Also discovered that Blender with snapping tool are kinda annoying right now, so... Okay, now it should work. Yeah, now it works. Perfect. I'm gonna use a fast cut for both, should be fine. Alright, so I don't need those elements anymore. Create a collection for Boolean key and the keys. Can go in the collection. Okay. So this I need to redo, and this need to be have more definition anyway because it was a test. Just gonna keep this one in place to remember where I put the main key. Maybe the other one too. And I'm gonna duplicate those one. It should be still applied the parenting on this one, so algae to make it into the center of the world. And here I just want the body and the before key. It's a bit tedious to select everything that I want. Let's hide stuff. Maybe gonna be simpler like that. My main problem is I should scale everything up. I'm gonna do that like that, so I have a better view of what I'm trying to do. Scaling everything for now. More or less the same size. We can add a bevel modifier zone 1. Okay. So that needs to be redo. So I can delete everything again. I want to keep the main sphere here, the main ball, and look at the thickness again. Leave more room for like test purpose and also scale on the eye. Yeah, and now I have my key back. Gonna be thick enough here, should be it's not super thick here, but I think it's gonna be fine. Maybe I will add some other accessories to the Splendid Force, right, but not have like super thick part here. Here should have like some kind of claws on the side, and yeah, here at the front it's gonna have also a claws and armor, so it's thick enough in my opinion for this. I just need to take care of the boolean cut for the body. Question is, do I need more than that? Oh, now I have a bad feeling I don't learn. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by you don't learn anything? Those parts need to be cut on the side too, so let's go wider. I learned the last 3 streams you made while... I mean, I'm glad you learned something, right? Always good. Let's name it. The only thing I need to name properly is those boolean thing. The rest, I don't really care about the name. I use collection, but key boolean. I'm stupid. Key head. Okay. So now I can hide boolean. It's important to keep boolean in the collection, so it's always hidden, but always active too. Because sometimes if the collection is not active, your boolean doesn't work, right? If I activate this boolean, here it works, but sometimes it doesn't work. I have that problem sometimes when you have a lot of stuff in your scene. Maybe they changed it with a new version of Blender. To be fair, I'm not sure, but... And let's add the bullhead here and test if everything is alright. The cut seems fine to me. Here I need to look at if there is nothing inside this part of the body. So the what's the name? The half sphere looks fine. Well, props for my girlfriend for the beautiful shape. I'm not sure if I understand that correctly, but... I just need to look again at the key here, I think, just to be sure everything's fine. Yeah, everything seems fine. It's the proper keying for everything now. And I need to make sure this shape also doesn't go outside of the sphere, right? And maybe I can just... Oh, this one is too much, I need another line. Oh, my base mesh. I think I need to. I'm glad you like it, but I want to rework a bit of it. If I add those parts. She looks too young. It was fine because my other model had mask, but I want to make it all the right at faucet size. But that's a thing for another day. Since I want to rework my whole body shape, I want to redo some part of my topology to support some muscles that I didn't support well enough. For example, the muscle at the back here, the muscles, not the muscles, the joint at the elbow. And other muscles, look, I want to redo maybe some of my abs here for the placement, even if it doesn't look like super correct. It looks fine at the end, but yeah, maybe I want to redo that. Okay, so now I should be able to go back to local and rotate this part. Like that. And maybe this is still too thick on that part. It doesn't need to be as thick, because if I do a cut of this part, let me do a cut on one that is back to the same rotation. Because it's not a full cylinder, I'm gonna have more thickness very quick. Right? So here it's kinda thin. And then it's gonna be longer and thicker again and again, so I can maybe afford more. That's also a good point with like sphere instead of cylinder. So maybe I can afford less thickness here. But I wanted to make my placeholder now to make sure it looks okay. So what I'm gonna do is an instance and go back to origin. I need to clip around though for that. I should be able to work on it like that. What I want is maybe not as long. And just to make sure like the key exists, and then I'm gonna add armor on top, but I don't want my mesh to be like super big, right? Go back to grid. And then instead of local, I'm gonna use global, and here I'm gonna use 3D cursor. So it scale with the 3D cursor. Every movement I do with my pawns or the center of my move gonna be the world origin and not the center of all those points. That's why when I rotate, it rotates around the world origin, right? Which allows me to select the outer edges here. The outer face maybe. So to call that like that. Control to select a wider selection. Okay, my only problem if I need to remove those faces now. Because if I scale down those faces, it's gonna be a bit of a problem. And let's also maybe go to points, and I don't need those 2 points, and then scale down those one. So I keep a nice round shape. I should have done that for the other part, but it's more or less okay, I think. Still want a bigger side to make sure like I have a thicker side anyway, but that doesn't need to be as thick, I think. I'm not gonna keep it like that for now, and then I'm gonna just re-grid fill here. Which doesn't offer a good solution right now. So I need to tweak it. Oh, that's because I did a simple errors. I didn't scale into the yeah, that's tiring sometimes, that kind of problem. I need to scale down to I'm not sure what's happening with my mice here. I needed to scale down on a plane and not like a global scale that I did. Hello, I'm on grid, please. The new snapping tool sucks. Like, for real, it's super annoying. And now it gives me a result that is way better. I mean, way better. Okay, now, more or less. Could be better, but... So I have my key done. I have the cut for the arm. Maybe the boolean doesn't need to be as big, but just to be sure. Yeah, let's keep it like that. Activate my boolean and make sure to rename it left everything. Maybe I should have a bevel on top of it too, a small one. And then I'm gonna use a mirror center. Gonna apply the mirror on both 3. Yeah, don't need that one anymore. Separate by loose parts, so I have 2 set now. And to be sure, I'm gonna parent again these 2 to this one. Okay, maybe I should have kept offset or something. Like that. Keep transform. Perfect. And those I'm gonna rename R or right. Similar to what you do when you do rigging. I prefer to keep my mesh separated sometimes when I do Boolean like that. Right, and should have like multiple cuts now for the body. So both hands are cut, pre-cut, and the head is pre-cut. So now whenever I'm gonna export everything, it's gonna be way easier and faster for me. By the way, I remember wrong, or did you say I got the supported file for this month already? I think I've got them, I need to verify that. What did she say to me? Oh, she wanted to send me pictures of them, but she never sent it, but it's the model all done. Yeah, I'm gonna compile it tomorrow, I guess. And it's just downloading the files and reorganize everything. To make sure everything is in the correct folder, and I think if I look at my folders now, yeah, I need to refetch the folders, which are, I can't remember where's, yeah, here. I want to print the drummer. I wanted some mad drummers, and we took to follow up with all the musicians I did. Yeah, I need to put that on in the new file. And most of the time, I'm just gonna use a script to put all the. If I go back to my main folder, I have a PowerShell that put all my elements into the correct folders for me. So I don't need to. Before that, I was like one by one placing all the images into the image folder, into the support Daichi slicer, and now I can just press a button, and it should be fine. And I use ChatGPT for the PowerShell because I don't know PowerShell. No. It's funny how much making the key take a toll on my thing, on my brain about thinking about it and etc. But not deactivate all those boolean now. I could do a collection and activate a collection instead of boolean, and I can use a collection boolean. The only problem with using collection is sometimes in Blender it can, when you have a lot of polygons, it can crash. So I'm avoiding that, just to be sure. It would be simpler to not avoid it, but in a way it would be like you can fall in a trap and like destroy your Blender file. And I'm gonna use a save as incremental here too. So just incremental empire number 3 file. Maybe I should do today's arms armor. So I guess what I'm gonna do here is duplicate the body, put that into the scene collection and remove all those stuff. And clear permanent transformation. I'm gonna delete everything except the arms. And I'm gonna take these two. Active elements. No, let's parent the arms to this object, and then I can rotate. I need to unparent this one though. So now I have a arm that is in the correct orientation that I want to follow. Maybe I should clean up here and close with a grid fill. Okay, it's super ugly as a grid fill. Okay, I don't really care. And shade auto smooth, and I'm gonna use a subdivision here again to recover my arms with details. Maybe I should have put like my key to here. Now I can model, instead of modeling with a wheel orientation of the arms, I can model flat, not flat, but like with the correct orientation that I want. And now I can see like maybe I would like this one to be rotated to the correct orientation of the arms. But I'm gonna see that later, I think, when it's done. So now it's gonna beginning with a cube again. Everything, when you do everything like art surface, if you can use a mirror, always use a mirror, right? Always put a chamfer and always set up your cube like that. You could have like just one cube to duplicate again and again with this setup already made. And because it's armor, I prefer to like begin with a plane instead of a plane instead of a closed polygon, right? Because if you have a closed polygon, sometimes you are stuck with like part of the polygons that you don't want to mess with, and it can destroy your topology. So if I try to extrude here and like begin to move that, but that means this one is not aligned anymore. And then I need to move that one and it's not aligned anymore. It's super annoying. So when your outer shell is more or less finished, you can finish your polygon. If you not have your outer shell defined and finished, don't bother like closing everything. What do I want? Some kind of big heavy arms armor. So it's gonna support the model a bit more. But I maybe should look at references for armor, though I'm not sure. I want the gauntlet to be like quite front. I guess if I want to have like more, I rotate it on the side to make sure like I have enough space for the rest of the arms or not. And it doesn't look that way right now, but it depends on the orientation of it. So that means I'm gonna need to like readjust the orientation of the key to fit better the overall shape of it. Let's use the center of origin here for this rotation. So more or less like that. In my case, I guess I should rotate on a bit too, to align more the shoulders. Or maybe I keep it like that. Go back to bounding box centers. I'm gonna keep it like that because if this is aligned to the wrist, it means I should look at of any movement like that on the axis of the not the z-axis. I can't remember what transform you use when you're talking about limbs, but here in my case it's that axis, right? So I need to make sure it rotates around the wrist. What I could do is to use a cylinder as a gatekeeper, if that makes sense. It's like gonna have a mechanical ring here. And so I know like whenever I'm inside this ring, when I rotate the wrist, it's gonna be inside of it, and doesn't like. I still want to have the space between the armor and the. I can't remember the name. The elbow. For now, and maybe no protection for the elbow, like depending of. Depending on the armor, right? Sometimes you have wrist elbow protection look weird, like it's super bulky. I mean, it doesn't look weird, but I guess a protection that was not easy to make because of how the arms bend, right? Most of the time it's because you have this bend here, which is like only on one axis, and you have this rotation here that twists your whole arms, and depending on when you... I should have put some what's again, small gap like that to make sure like it's transparent quote. But that means whenever you attach your equipment, it's gonna follow the attachment of the anchor of attachment of your arms, right? So if it's here, it's gonna rotate less. If it's here, it's not gonna rotate at all. So that's something I'm not sure how they made it back then. And most of the time it's like plating on plating, and I do not want too much plating. And I don't want like a super huge bulky armor too. But I still want to make it believable. Most of the time you have like elbow protection here. And here you have nothing, of course, or like if you're rich plating, but if you're not rich, gonna be like a mail or something like that. Maybe I should go ballsy and go like outside the main ring here. Let's do a stupid shape, and I forgot to use clipping. Let's do a stupid pike shape here, maybe. I call that stupid because if you have a round of motion that goes too far in that direction, you're gonna impale yourself, right? Also the cleaner without elbow armor. Yeah, I prefer without the elbow armor and the knee pads. And knee pads sometimes looks fine, but like for the protection sometimes I like it when it's like connected to this part of like the main armor, and not having a knee pad on top, or like some kind of not a knee pad that is attached 100% to the knee. And for elbow, yeah, it's so bulky, but it has to be unless you were rich, right? So. But a lot of people are gonna cover most of like the arms when they do that kind of armors, right? And also a lot of knights use cloak and clothes on top of the armor, so you couldn't find. I mean, it hides the protection, but it also like help promoting colors. Colors of a house. Maybe I should do free plating too here. Or maybe it would be too much repetition of free. I've already the repetition of those plating, so it's not gonna. Maybe it's not a super good idea. So you can have flat surfaces that you can train for painting for like non-metallic armors, not metallic painting on armor. And I don't want to also have too much plating and too much details everywhere. So when you have too much details, your eye is gonna go everywhere and not sure what's happening. But like having less details allows me to concentrate, for example, the view on the foot. Not sure why, but right, because there is not gonna have a lot of elements here. The view on the main body and the mask, and the view on the hands, and nothing really on the main body. Keep it simple, just the arm as a viewpoint, and the wear and tears on the clothes later. I'm not sure if I want to build a wear and tear clothes boolean automatic, like having instances on top of the clothes that delete part of the cloak depending of the placement of the cloak. But I think it would be quite hard to do for. I mean, it would be hard on stream for sure, but Maybe I would do it just manually and it's gonna be easier like that. So my goal is to have a bit of aggressive armor, but without not too much pointy bits. Right, I want a point here, but not too excessive that doesn't hurt the user. Yeah. Good call. I forgot about that. Wait, yes, if you have too much plating, the decoration you have gonna have too small of a decoration. And you can always do like arabesque on top of it on the arms and stuff like that, right? Okay, now I'm looking at closing this shape just to see how it can look. And maybe I want the finish here to be on the same plane. The answer here is I need to have like some kind of edge for the armor, but also need to make sure then I have my... Did it create 2 points? Okay, it created some other points I didn't want. So that means I need to extrude back those back on the Z-axis. And then I can go back into the extrude and S for scaling. Make sure this point go back to like this grid point. And I should be able to close very easily. Need to look at this too to give an edge that is more smooth. Now I can close my shape. Okay, now I can use a subdivide to see if I want to subdivide or not. I could like leave a less harder edge to have a round finish instead of hard finish, but I prefer sometimes a hard finish. Most of the time that's my taste. And I want a hard finish on the plating. I need to find all the edges I need to have the look I want. And I want here the main pointy bits to be also pointy. And the bevel modifier, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna select similar, if I find it. Maybe I didn't save it. Okay. And remove, no, maybe I can keep it. And I'm gonna apply again a mean bevel weight. And instead of angle, I'm gonna use weight for my chamfer. So it gives me the control that I need for my chamfer in this. So I have a weird issue here. Yes, so I need to add also those edges to have a bevel. Yeah. So now I need to adjust those points to be inside this, my safe for the rotation around the arm. And here I have like too much empty space too, so I'm gonna push the point up. Because I just need to like have a fake gap, I would say, which is allow you to use any kind of ink or wash on those parts. But keep the space around it. I look a bit huge and flat though. I wonder if it's a line in this menu though. That's super annoying. You can just snap to object. No, there's not an option for it. I shouldn't have changed version of Blender. Now I kinda regret it, but... Maybe I should close the gap here a bit more. So I have a smooth transition, so that means it's gonna be less thick. Here I need more thickness here, so I'm looking at some if like pointy version look better or not. And if I want to push the geometry a bit more inside here. More I like to have a concave shape. Yeah, see, this is a problem that I need to rectify. That's why it's good to look at your mesh without subdivision sometimes. Right, look way better now. Not sure how I'm gonna close this part, but I think I'm gonna use a piece of close and model on top of it instead of like closing the hard way. So this part of close is gonna be separated into two pieces instead of like having only one. If I delete that, it's gonna be more or less like that, right? And from that one I can sculpt. So instead of using a subdivision, what I can use is I can't remember the name again. Multi-resolution. Okay, I'm gonna search it because I don't know which menu it is. You can subdivide a bunch, and then I can just go into edit mode to make it like the range of placement. Now place it here to just try it on as a showcase, but then I'm gonna realign everything correctly. I'm gonna subdivide everything. Maybe that's too much subdivision. Delete higher, and then I'm gonna do a clean test here. I'm looking for a topology with more quad-like to have a better edge face distribution here, and so that when I'm gonna subdivide, it's gonna look better too. So now I can go into face orientation. Again, face look good, and then if I go here into the sculpt mode, I can go use draw sharp, and depending of the position of the pose, but mostly it's gonna be this kind of fold, right? Let me subdivide maybe a bit more. And then it's just gonna be fold like that. Thickness, what happened to... Oh, I have a Solidify on top, okay. I need to remove the Solidify to look better. Solidify can mess a bit of the other when you use multi-res, don't use the solidify modifier. That's why for 3D printing you need to have a close mesh and then use a multi-res and not use the solidify, which is kinda annoying for the like process of it, but so how I do to do quick fold, I just use the draw sharp and just do a pass. With using the simple brush, and then I use control to go back inside, but I think the mesh is inverted, so yeah. Okay. So that means you draw the part that goes inside and then the goes that goes for the fold. It's a bit too much here. You can smooth back a bit, and you can always subdivide if you want more, and then it looks super smooth. Just gonna smooth the fold. And here it doesn't smooth a lot. I go to the smooth brush, master range is way too low. And yeah, that can allow you to have like a smoother transition for certain fold. I mean, the fold need to go to the edge of the armor here, but just as a showcase. So that's what I'm gonna plan to do for this, so those tube close. And it's gonna be way easier to manipulate if you have like multiple parts, I think, in that setup than a big long parts, because it could create problems with mesh I don't want to exist. And that means I can isolate, or maybe I should do a longer sleeve. I'm not sure yet. Sometimes it's good to have separation, sometimes not as good as possible. So this is too thin. Yeah, I need more points here to control the curve better, I think. I'm not sure if I want the look of this one, like the arm, the armor on the leg, or if I want a flat armor like the shoulders. I'm gonna try it on the side here and look after, and also I'm not sure if I want that too again. Maybe I want more flat plate, I'm not sure yet. Or maybe I could use both like later on, but right, if I remove the subdivision in my case and go back to just using those faces. I'm just gonna delete everything. Remove clipping for the first face and put it back. I'm gonna just use Solidify to look at what I want. Yeah, that's also a problem sometimes got with Solidify. Try to see this problem when the thickness is too big. I mean, my bevel here is just on the wrong stack. So position of modifier is super important, and I need this division here. Like just a flat plane instead of making a round shape. I'm not sure. How does it look also like on those? It maybe look a bit more too much medieval and not like enough enough industrial. Let's remove the cloak. That's a tough nut. I'm not sure what I want anymore. Yeah, Engage is more sci-fi, more sci-fi vibe, so maybe I would remove all those pointy bits and having like a more artifact design. I like both too, but I think I need maybe to do both, to be fair. And so the higher quality the plate looks, the more money they have in the lore of it, right? Would be cool too, like, if you have more armor, you can afford like better shaped armor, and if you have like less... Wait, didn't duplicate the... Fuck me. Yeah, I had a good shape here. That sucks. So what I'm trying to say is like the more money you have, the better armor you get, but like you have the cheaply produced, mass-produced type of armors, and then you have the more like well-done armor for officers and stuff like that. Or like even if like you want to have a rich squad of noble. It likes more like Imperial Guards too, right? I don't know if you played Dark Tide, but like the armor, like big block of metal like that. And here for that one, I'm not gonna go above the knee, I think. What is cool is I can just keep the attachment and I can put those parts in a collection and the other metal plate in another collection and swap between them very easily. I think I might do that. So I need to rework those parts, but it's gonna be way faster since I have already the position that I want. I can just duplicate and create new plate from it and keep the older one. Kinda sad I lost my shape here. I think it looked a bit too bulky. Because it also look like shackles and like those guys or those girls are like they're more or less okay with it, but like still like prisoner of the army. The angel or angel one. The Angel one may be thicker to simulate that the round one's better material, so more delicate and slimmer. Okay. The only problem I have if I'm stuck with to give enough thickness anyway for the keys. No, it would be cool is to add a couple of bolts. Wait, I'm not centered at all. When I did my duplication, it was not on the grid. Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I love angels, so I'm gonna do also angels, but like maybe not. I'm not sure if I'm gonna reuse the same wings as the other, because I guess it's gonna be more like decoration instead of more winged one. So it's gonna be on the backpack with like wings, I guess, instead of real wings. Okay, now I can put my bolts. It drives me crazy! This new snapping tool sucks. I can just have like a couple of bolts like that. Okay, what's happening with this one? Okay. I can also have 2 on top. Just as a test. Sorry, angle, not angel. Okay. And now I understand a bit better what you mean. God, I love that. I guess maybe it's like a auto correction or something. I think I'm gonna use that as some kind of shackles. Gonna remove those plates, I don't need those placeholder anymore. So yeah, I'm gonna delete. That doesn't mean I need to redo that, so I'm gonna do it later anyway. I have to boolean again. Let's delete all that and do an uneven thickness. I don't think I need the extra thickness again. Let's try it with a 1 min cube, just to see if it's okay or not. I did a mistake. I love doing that. My goal here is to have enough thickness, so I guess 0.2 mm should be fine. So I'm gonna just select the edge. That's true, not 2 mm. Okay, now I can put, I can replace those two with a new one. It's super annoying to remove the align rotation again. Because of what they changed. Yeah, sometimes when you type too fast and you don't get the wrong, you get the wrong what happened to this sphere though? Okay. Yeah, it looks better like that. And I guess I could have like bolts that go around it. So I'm gonna remove the mirror and I'm gonna to node new and duplicate this one. Let's reset rotation. Okay, let's say I want 6 of it on the Z plane. I can just put that one into the same origin as the other one. Yeah, I'm gonna just grab from there. And I can use and see what's happening in real time. So maybe I want 12 of it. And I want them bigger. $12 isn't gonna be too much, I think. So 9. Yeah, if to make an angel version in this line, it's gonna be more of a plague angel than the celestial wing. I think feathering would not work. Skeletal wings. Did you look at skeletal wings to see how bad it looks of a bird? I mean, I get the feeling about a plague version of those guys, but because it's, I mean, I don't. To be fair, I don't play Nurgle or stuff like that. I think I'm gonna go. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do angels or what type of wing I want, because in the I still have a feather somewhere. Yeah, feathers. I mean, it's my artist name, and so I'm gonna use feathers a lot anyway, but my problem is when you have birdwing bones. Yeah, it looks like that, right? It's like when you have your chicken wings. Or maybe this version with like feathers attached to the bone and a membrane. That would look so dark. More fantasy wing. Let's go on Pinterest. As Nurgle's wing has, or I think Nurgle unit have like some kind of wings, but more like fly wings, right? Like those guys. But I don't want to go into the Nurgle side. I'm not sure yet if I'm gonna do. I mean, it's not like super punter right now, to be fair, but because I wanted also like having the Dark Grim and then they have that some kind of Saint Angels too, that on the battlefield is supposed to like lead them and have courage, but they're gonna also have Commissar. So gonna be a mix of heavy propaganda religion, right? Okay, I'm gonna look at. Yeah, those are good demon wings. With 4 fingers and the thumb, right? So it's a realistic type of wing. I mean, not realistic, but like anatomic. Oh my god, the anatomy of it is good. I mean, I'm gonna do both versions anyway. I think because I like both type of wing. The same thing I did with my other models, right? And you can swap wings anyway. I mean, it's not gonna be as modular as the other wings. Yeah, you have those two, so you can choose the wings you want anyway at the end. So if you just want full angel, you can just have full angel wing, and if you want just full bat wings, you're gonna have full bat wings if you wanted. I never printed those. I need to take care of my printers and my printer and go back to printing. I need to look at the resin because mine is quite old now, and I want to buy a new one. But I want to buy. I don't want to mix my resin anymore. To be fair, I don't want to do the mix of Tenacious plus whatever the resin. I just want to put resin in my vat and not thinking about it too much, and make sure like it's the same formula again and again. There's a version 2.0 for the Elgu standard. I mean, I want to be resistant. I mean, I want it to be like high quality, so if I drop miniatures, it doesn't break as easily as like regular resin. But that's for me, right? I think the mix I use is a bit overkill because I mean, I have all my stuff in the vitrine. My cats won't be like around those models, and For transportation, I plan to do like some boxes with a metal plate, and magnets. I guess I'm gonna go with the 5 of big plate. I think, yeah, maybe not just a simple plate like that, but it goes smaller and have like another one for this. I should have put more definition into this one, like this one. Now, like in Geometry Node, you can do a setup that is contained in one container and use it a lot for like any kind of round bolt shape. What spelling fail, Victor? I'm not sure. Okay, we're talking about, yeah, the discussion when we were talking about angles, but also angel, and I had a hard time understanding what the meaning was. So I guess I got mixed into talking about angels. I want to do like a node that allows me to delete, instead of having the full ring, I can delete part of the ring. So I need my index that is less, anything less than 2 is deleted. And then I'm gonna connect that into a boolean. And add this same node, but with greater than. Now I can adjust each part of the ring. And what could be cool instead of doing a plus, so going from 8 to minus, I could like input domain size, so mesh instance count, and do a math of having my instance counts minus something, so integer. Now if I do, it doesn't work. Wait. It doesn't look right. Oh, I need to not add but subtract. Okay, now it works. So if I put input 1, it's gonna remove 1. I need to add a +1 because of how instances work. So add 1. So now if I want to remove 1, I'm gonna remove 1. I can input both. I can name it start and finish now. So now with my ring I can delete those two. Maybe one more again. And so I only have the bolt on that side, but it's still a perfect circle. And let's do the same with those one. Would it be hard to try them as hexagonal instead of round? It would not be super hard to do. The only thing I would say would be if I rotate when the arm's gonna rotate. Let's try it. Mesh cylinder. Six. Yeah, I mean, I want to give the metal vibe too, to be fair, but wait, we're talking about the shackle or the bolt to be hexagonal? I mean the rivet, because I use this shape because I know when you use bolts, it look weird. It's gonna look like this shape anyway when printing, like very close to it. And when you do your final printing, gonna be look the same. So it's safe supports. Okay, you mean the rivet, okay. Yeah, I don't use hexagonal because of what I say. You're gonna have hard edge, that means you're gonna have more support for every tip of bolts. And when you do tanks or when you use a lot of bolts, that means every bolt needs to be supported to keep the edge of the bolt. That's why I prefer to use bolt instead of rivet. I use rivet instead of bolt. And also because most of the time, if they're so small, from afar it's gonna look like rivet anyway. Because it's so small, you're gonna do just a dry brush, and sometimes from like 1 meter away, it's gonna look like rivet. So it's just cost effective, right? I would prefer to add bolts everywhere, but I know it's gonna be a pain in the ass to support. So yeah, I need to clean up this node a bit. Okay, so this is my index. I can put the same index so I save time for calculation. like that. So if I go back to this node, I know what I was doing. That's what I love with Blender. You can do custom node for your need, and you can reuse this system for like other parts of your modeling. Like for example, if I want on some bolt on the helmet, I mean the helmet is not round, so it's not gonna work as well. Maybe for that I would just put rivet on the curve. Yeah, I think I need to like think about a bit more about this armor, and this need to be joined. So the triangulation is way better. Not way better, but like forced. I need to think about if I want to. Why do I have my flow? Okay, it's not my proper layout. I need to think about if I want to keep more rounded shape or more like a flat shape design. I think I'm gonna do both. So I need to more like look at the flat shapes a bit more. So that means the rest of the armor here gonna be flat shape too. Yeah, 100% going to the flesh. I mean, I'm not even sure why I would put rivet there, to be fair. I'm thinking more for style than anything. Or like having rivet there. And those make no sense for now. So that means I need to have a piece of metal that goes behind. More or less like that. To like make sense of the rivet on top. Give her balls. I'm not sure about that. And here should be fine for like the shackle here. And then you have the claws on top of it. I'm not sure if I want to add more details. I think I'm gonna look at some other type of armor to see if I want to add more mechanical parts to it. and finish on the side, but I think I don't need to look at more details, to be fair. Yeah, I also need to look at my plugin that doesn't work anymore, my add-on, because not being able to take that part to the same origin as that one, it kinda sucks. I mean, it's not exactly the same origin. I should like put the origin. So that means whenever I'm done, I can just Shift D and put that on the same rotation, but my align doesn't work anymore. And it works in the other version. So it's a super important add-on for me to finish the rest. I think when I'm set on like the type of armor, the rest gonna be super quick. Hope swap hands. You know what would be cool, I think, is to have the collection on top of this, so I can just swap armor using my collection system. So you see when I can swap the weapons, I will do the same for armors. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, but it can't follow the rig super easily, like the boots gonna be a problem for that. Yeah, that means I'm gonna use collection, I guess. Yeah, no choice for that. Yeah. I'll look at the animation. I mean the part when it's gonna go on the rig, and then see if I want to do some type of collection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here for today, because I need to look at the problem of my Blender 4.2 right now, and I'm gonna redo the shape a bit later. Gonna keep it older shape, but make it like 2 version, and then it's gonna be this armor. Also look at some colors, and most of the colors, I guess I should put the color. Let me check real quick and remove this one. Like instead of like having the big color, I can have like this small one here. It would need to be sure like it goes inside the boolean here, inside the key. Yeah, I'm not settled on the big one, on what version I want to make. Or maybe I have both, because it's like layering of clothes. having both they look a bit alone, but having just one look a bit alone, but I guess maybe like that. Yeah, the double color look a bit weird. I mean, not this double color, but like the one with that fold. I guess I'm gonna keep it simple and keep maybe this one not as big, but not sure yet about this kind of setup. Need to look more into it. But again, it's gonna. I can't design in one day all the setup, right? Sometimes in 3D it looks like different. I'm gonna stop it for tonight. Not like a big adventure, more like a lot of reflection and some cleanup for the keys for today, but it's fine. So have a good night, everyone.